Gonna stop.
We gonna die.
Oh, traffic.
Oh,
Are
traffic.
we on?
Yeah, hello. Wait, oh.
Hi. But we not both in it though.
We's in it. I'm as in it as I can get.
There's gotta be a way that we can make this more
There will never be. We are better now.
never be. Girl, don't get me started on the song. And we're gonna listen to that when we get done with this video. Nephew, how you doing, nephew?
Wave to the camera. Come wave out.
Put
Say,
your hand out there. Say
hey.
hi. We're taking somebody home. So going on. I'm here.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to do like this.
That's why I said you should move it
No,
over a little
because
bit.
you got stuff in the seat.
I got stuff in the seat.
Hello.
That's not even my stuff.
So, the question is, brothers, will you marry a single mother in this day and age? It's a hot topic at the moment. Single motherdom and polygyny. Can single mothers benefit? Can the children benefit? How will the children be treated coming into the family? How will the children treat the children of the pre-existing family? And so on. The cameras.
Did the camera move?
I move with it though. Okay.
That camera moved.
And we're back.
Oh, right. Maybe we might want to tighten what's back.
Man, listen, I don't know how to.
Yes. Reach
Watch,
hold on to the thing.
y'all gonna fall.
Don't let her fall. Right.
She got me.
Go
going
that
on.
way to the right.
Go this way. Okay.
Yeah, to
Wait.
the right.
Oh Lord.
To the right is tight.
To the left. To the left.
To the left is loose.
Hello from Botswana.
Oh, hello from Botswana.
Hello.
Dumela.
Where's the camera? Oh, the camera's there.
Where?
Over there.
Oh.
Right where your eye is.
Oh, okay. Right where my eye is.
Okay. So yes, the question is, brothers, will you marry a single mother in this day and age? And how will the children be treated in the family? Will the children be loved and cared for and provided for like your own biological children? Or you remember that one guy who posed that question? He was like, the only purpose of the woman's children is basically I'll pay for them to go to trade school so that they can go ahead and learn trades to work for my children. Remember that guy?
Uh-huh. And his train of thought is not uncommon.
Not uncommon.
Is it moving again?
No, it's not moving, but like we've done this before.
Won't
Okay,
you?
watch this. Watch.
Okay. What you about to do? You gonna push yourself back? Okay. But I think you should. I still think you should move it that way a little bit.
But then your face is gone. Look at your
No,
face.
I won't be gone. Look, I'm not gone. Now I'm all the way in it.
This is
I'm all the way in. There we go.
Now you're not all the way in.
I'm not, but it's better. Like we're both here now. It's better.
So, apparently it's a common notion or train of thought that, the children of a woman that are not biologically the man's, not here.
No, I know.
Oh,
I was
that are not biologically the man's will be treated or put on a lesser level.
Second class
Citizens.
to the household.
To the household. And there are no rights bestowed upon these children. Their inheritance, if there is an inheritance, is basically
It's less. If at all.
If it's even there.
If at all.
Less, if at all. And like the brother said, hey, I'll pay for them to go to trade school. So
some of the brothers don't want to have to deal with the fathers of the children.
Oh yeah.
They don't want to deal with the baby daddy thing. They don't want to deal with the co-parenting aspect with a man who is not in the household. So that's a problem for them. It's irritating for them. They don't want to have to deal with anybody telling them, I guess, how to raise, how to parent the children in the household. So they don't want to deal with that. If the man is giving child support for these children, they often feel like it's almost like, well, a sister already has somebody taking care of her and the kids. That's how they feel. Yeah. Because she's getting child support.
Right.
So it's like, what do you need me for? You don't need me in a husband capacity, and they don't want that. It's often seen as a problem.
Right.
Than the others with that lesser second-class citizen situation where they're like, I'll marry a woman with children, but she have to understand that those kids will always come second to my kids, and those kids will always be, like you were talking about the inheritance. They simply will not necessarily be, I guess, a part of the household. They don't want to give the inheritance because they feel like they're giving it to another man's offspring.
Yeah.
And that it has nothing to do with them.
Right.
I guess, those are the things they say.
And then you mentioned earlier that some of these very men were raised by men that are not their biological fathers. The question is, do you think they were treated well, or do you think they're just like...
Well, I don't know. Everybody's situation is different. What I know is every fatherless child, all of those fatherless children, and I'm talking about the ones that have now grown up to be men and stuff, they know that they wanted fathers themselves. And they know that when they were children, if they had half-siblings and those other kids or their sister or their other brother or whatever had their father in their life doing this or that for them, and they didn't have nobody, and they felt the difference in the treatment, they know that they themselves did not like that.
Yeah.
You didn't like it when you were a kid. You didn't. Your stepdaddy came in and he treated you like crap, and he treated you like less, and he talked bad about you and stuff. You didn't like it then. So why is it that you grow up, you become an adult, and you become so-called righteous individuals, and then you perpetuate the same negative, I guess, energy, the same negative emotions, the same negative vibration towards children of the next generation? We've got a society, black people, that, and this is why I said, and I keep saying, even though I can't stand Tommy Sotomayor, I cannot stand that man at all, and that's a whole nother subject, all right? But his documentary that he claimed he was going to do, that people put money towards, that he never ever did, the documentary he claimed that he wanted to do was going to be entitled Fatherless America. And that title, the idea behind it, was so poignant and so real to me, because we've got multiple generations of fatherless people, and so nobody's had no daddy. We are all flying by the seats of our pants, basically. Nobody's had a daddy. You grow up and you be a man. You don't even know exactly what a man is, because you've never seen your dad act in a father capacity. You never seen your dad act in a husband capacity to your mother. You don't know what a wife is, because you never seen your mother act in a wife capacity to your father, or to any man for that matter, and things like that. But y'all just want to keep perpetuating it. It's a broken world. You don't get righteous and say, you know what, I'm gonna do things different. I'm not gonna do kids like that, because I remember that shit, and that shit hurt, and I'm not gonna do kids like that. You don't grow up and do that. No, what you grow up and do is perpetuate it and just make everything worse. You're not trying to save anybody. You're not trying to save anybody but yourself, and you're not trying to make anything better for I'm saying for everyone, because it is, I'm saying this in this way, because spiritually it's not up to you who is salvageable and who is not. Uh, one of the points of being here is to kind of make things a better place. Was talked about throughout scripture as being one of his main characteristics. And you want to be counted amongst the many good and everything, but you want to do things like that. I don't know, that's me going off on my tangent.
No, go ahead.
I'm done.
Somebody needs to hear this message.
I'm done. I just feel like, I had my mother and father, and my mother and father was married, but I know that my brother did not grow up with us. He grew up with his mom, and his mom took him far away from here, far away from here, because polygyny could have fixed that. Just on a side note, I do talk about that on my channel. Polygyny could have fixed that, but he was, she wanted him to leave my mom, and he wouldn't leave, and so she took their son and left town, and he needed his daddy. She ended up with somebody else, and he was mistreated and stuff like that. And my brother died at 36, and now I'm 3 years older than he was. At that point, he needed his father, and a lot of people need their dads and things like that. And you grow up, and suddenly you're just so cold-hearted that you can't do that for other children. So I just think that on some level, when it comes to that kind of stuff, if going to try to save others, I think that there needs to be a redefining of the family, and that is incorporating women with children. That's provided. We've already talked about this. This is provided that she's willing to get down with the program and do what she needs to do to be a part of the program, and do what she needs to do for her kids to be a part of the program. That needs to happen. We at my daddy house, drop off my nephew, who's gone to sleep to me talking. So there's comments and questions if you want to address it. I'm gonna get him out the car.
Scroll. You awake?
He awake now. Hey, we at your house, man.
So let me see. Hello, peace. Hello. I just spoke with a mother yesterday who feels like she doesn't have hope, and she just wants to settle as a second wife. Wow, I mean, it's like, that's loaded, because a lot of women feel that being an additional wife, being an additional wife is settling, and it's so far from the truth, because you can settle in monogamy. You can settle to be with a man that ain't worth two nickels rubbed together. I mean, so settling to be a second wife, let me sit up. Settling to be a second wife, man, that's a deep. That is a deep train of thought. You should talk more to her. Send her to our channel. We can talk all about this. Fix all that. Let's see. Hello, ladies from Atlanta. Yes, my wife was a single mother before I married her. The children are treated just like mine. Awesome. That is really, really important. Like, a lot of us were not raised by our biological fathers, and a lot of the times when a single mother comes into this dynamic, she is bringing her children, and she is basically putting her children's lives in your hands. That is a scary scenario, just as well as a man taking the lives of children that aren't his own, taking them and taking care of them and providing for them, nurturing them and raising them. That also is a scary thing. So I think we should all move in love, wisdom, and patience when it comes to that. Thank God my bonus dad treated us like his own children, and he married my mom, who already has 6 children. Right, there are men out there that do that. There are men out there that have no problem. I know when I go through my family tree, because I am a self-professed genealogist, the furthest I've gone back in my family tree was 1779. And all throughout my family tree, you see different marriage dynamics and different marriages. And a lot of my ancestors, a lot of those women had 18, 19, 20 children. And here they are on the census, and they have remarried, for whatever reasons. I don't think, hi, Peppa! I don't think just because a woman, like I said, just because a woman has children from a previous marriage, I don't think that counts her out or makes her or her children any less than children that are already a part of a family. In order to set things in the right direction, men have to step up to that challenge. Yes, that is so true. Women with children have the option to stop child support and give me their children in full custody of their seed. Oh, I totally agree with that. I can't even get too far off into it, but I can say we are pro. Only one man is going to raise these children.
Absolutely.
And my husband, I have children from a previous situation, and my husband doesn't need nothing from nobody to take care of my children.
Mm-mm.
He doesn't need no money nor permission to do anything with my children.
No.
No.
I
guess in all my I don't know which words, like all these new age words come to mind. It's like in all of my
what
youth, not youth, because it's almost like I want to use the word ratchetness, but that's not the word. What word was it before that? and all of my single motherdom, I made sure that I made certain decisions the way I made them, and only one man will take my children and raise them, and that is my husband. Like, that is,
I mean, we all for, like, looking at last names.
Straight adoption action. Straight,
the son already says his last name is
oh, yes,
ours most of the time anyway.
My son was at school and told the class that his father climbed Mount Everest. It was not Mount Everest.
It wasn't Mount Everest, but he did climb a mountain.
He climbed a mountain. It was
Kilimanjaro. It was Kilimanjaro.
He got up to the Uhuru Peak and everything, and my child was like, "No, my daddy climbed Mount Everest."
Yeah, I got to understand.
Like, what's your daddy do? What's your daddy do?
So yeah.
My children absolutely move in the capacity of he is their father.
And nobody's negating the fact that it's not easy. And I just have to say, if you know that you are not the type of man to be able to take on another, I'm saying another man's children, but take on a woman that has children with another man. If you know that you can't do that and be righteous with them and fair with them, if you know you can't do that, then don't do it. Please spare everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't do it.
Please don't. Like that. I guess that's righteous enough. Don't do it.
Yeah, the most righteous move is to not even do it in the first place.
You're not right. So you're not able to be right. You gotta make it really tight.
I don't even.
You gotta make it real tight.
I'm taking my seatbelt up. Don't.
Oh, good gravy.
Don't kill me.
The wreck will happen. Right
no.
Now.
Oh, but I'm making time. Oh.
I'm sorry, that person was hitting their brain.
My head. My head. Okay.
It's only a 2-lane road. All sorts of stuff. Look, that is weird buttons on the side. What is all that?
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna come back and read. I'm sorry that I missed some of y'all's comments because I had to get out the vehicle.
I'm dizzy.
But I'm gonna come back and read. I know it was.
I'm dizzy. We gotta make multiple videos.
I know it was.
We should make a series called Polygyny and Single Motherhood.
I mean, yeah, people can use it. I know that, but
man, we should.
People can use it. Those of you that have. I mean, Life ain't fair. Women with children. Okay, we already read that one, right?
Yeah.
Oh. I was raised by a step parent. He had me since I was a baby. I now have a relationship with my biological father. My wife had 3 kids when we married, and I love them like I love my own. You already read those already? Oh, okay.
That
one. You mean to raise the children? Okay. My uncle married. I got to drive now. My uncle married a woman with eight kids. Is what I was reading.
Oh,
that's what that said.
Okay.
But I have to drive now. It's the green light.
Here I come. I'm coming.
Oh, blood clot.
Okay. Let's see.
You see it?
Let's see. My uncle married a woman with 8 children, and they had another 4. He treated them all well, and all of them loved him and considered him dad. That's awesome. The seed belongs to the man. He should be raising his seeds, whether it's with the mother or with his current wife.
Well, you know, we can hear that, and I know that is how a lot of people feel, but some of these men actually do not want to be fathers in that capacity.
They don't want the seed.
You know, it's not always the woman running off the man. Some of these men don't want the seed. Some of these men already have children by multiple women. He don't want them kids.
No.
So, you know, what do you do then? The brothers that want their kids, you know, I guess they should have them. You know, I wish rules would change, you know, but, you know, people have to change. Some people are, you know, not good to be with.
Right.
You know?
And that goes back into mate selection.
Mate selection, which is another topic that I'd like to do, is about mate selection.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of want to do that on Patreon.
Okay.
Actually, I'm saving that for Patreon.
She's saving stuff. She's holding out
for Patreon.
Holding out.
So that we can get off in here. Because some of these conversations going to be long conversations. And y'all catching us on drives and stuff like that. And when we leaving out and going in, and that's when y'all got to catch us. But, you know, if there's even $5, you know, maybe we'll sit down at $5 an hour.
$5 an hour? I'm with it.
Do a video, $8 an hour, $10 an hour. We definitely sit down. We do it.
I'm so with it.
Yeah.
I mean, because like, I don't know if y'all know this, but we actually like made shirts and stuff.
Got shirts.
Made shirts.
Got shirts. We're gonna make more shirts.
We're about to have a series. I can't even say the title. Like, I'm scared.
Oh, then don't say the title.
Things to come. Things to come.
All right. So what's the rest of the stuff?
Y'all got what?
We got what?
Yes, we got merch. I just learned that word from my kids yesterday.
Yes. Yay.
Yes, we have merch.
We have merch.
We don't know nothing about marketing merch.
No, that's why y'all haven't seen anything yet.
No.
Don't worry. Like we'll market the merch.
Yay.
We'll have more merch. We're getting it.
Yay.
Getting it. Like
getting it together.
But what else is people saying? Anything else?
Nothing else.
Nothing else. That's it.
Let's see.
I know people that have given their children to the children's father, and the children are doing fine.
Yeah.
But
I know people that gave the children to the dad, and the stepmom treated the children like absolute shit.
Oh, see. So it just matters. Every situation.
Child should go to the better parent.
Definitely, the child needs to go to the better parent. Absolutely.
The woman's feeding her kids better than your kids.
That's terrible. I knew somebody like that. If she cut an apple, she gonna give her child the larger piece.
See what I'm saying? people are something else.
If she cutting pie, her baby get the bigger piece, not your baby.
That's just,
you know, we can't blame it all on the women. You know, I'm not blaming it all on either gender. Like, humans are like screwed up. So
if he don't want his seed, he is worse than an infidel. True.
I agree.
We're gonna put that on a shirt.
I agree with that.
Yeah. That's some real stuff.
Yeah. So
yeah. I mean, but it is a reality, because chances are he doesn't know the first thing about being a dad.
Yeah.
Doesn't know the first thing about being a dad in the first place, or it was only a one-night stand, or it was only a situation where he needed a gym shoe buyer for that moment, so he got with this woman who he didn't really want to be with in the first place, and she got pregnant. Now he's stuck with a kid.
Gym shoe buyer, though.
Gym shoe buyer.
Whoa.
No, that's a thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, men get with women that they don't like. Especially they get with fat girls. Men get with fat girls that they don't really like because she's going to buy him his gym shoes.
Wow.
She's going to buy his rims.
Wow.
Paint his car. She's going to do all these very things. Yes, we call them gym shoe buyers where I'm from.
Oh.
It's a thing.
OMG.
When you look at it.
I mean, I know it's a thing. I know a brother who sat up there and his sister been putting money on his books while he was in prison, and then he get out and she's still giving him money for stuff, but he don't even like her, and he wanted to break up with her. And I'm a crazy person. I was like, she should kill you. Sorry. She had given so much money. Like, you should be killed. Don't leave that woman.
I told y'all.
Don't do that to her in the first place. No, nobody told anybody anything. You never heard that. Strike it from the record.
Yo, that's bamboo.
Isn't it beautiful?
Oh my god.
It's so nice.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of it. Why is
Maybe
it
we
here?
can get that. No, it's such an invasive
It's
species.
an invasive species. We need the banana plants, and I don't think that place has them.
Oh. Hey, if you guys know where we can get banana plants from in the Dallas, Fort Worth,
Texas, yeah.
Austin, San Antonio area, let us know.
Let us know. What is that, Central Texas?
Central Texas.
Oh, super duty.
Yeah, that's
big. I had to slow
scared.
down. You as big as us?
It's a
I'm big too.
350. No, the engine is much bigger.
I'm big too. We both be big.
Pass him.
I can't. He's driving too fast.
You slow.
I'm scared. I know I was talking trash, but let me. I don't know. Should I get in front of this person? See now what?
I don't know.
Watch.
All I want.
There we go.
My prescription.
You want your prescription, so that's where we're going. It's to the doctor. We almost there, see? But you don't want to get stopped by the cops? Though.
No, I can't.
All right.
No.
So,
Dallas, forget Dallas. Texas is the worst place in America to get stopped by the police.
Technically, we're not even in Dallas right now.
We're not in Dallas right now?
No, this isn't Dallas.
I'm so,
What's wrong with you?
I'm so California right now.
Dino.
Okay, so, yes, I think that's gonna wrap it up, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we should do a series about single mothers and polygyny, as well as a series about mate selection. We should get like real, like professional.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's work. I'm sorry.
We should get real professional with it. You know, let's try to like me stay on point and stay on topic, and like let's try to do something. He was not supposed to turn there. Oh, he's just living
just rude.
his best life. Old F-350.
He said, "Who gonna stop me?" That's what he said.
The po-po.
The popo, right down that street, cause they bad down that street.
Yeah, and I don't like that street. So yes,
Do you want me to park?
no, you can go right over there.
Okay, but I can't stay there, can I?
Why?
Because it's rude.
Go over here under the tree.
Under the tree. That is not the song.
Under the tree.
Okay, so I think we're done. Shalom, shalom. Ah! Oh Lord,
You are
y'all have a good Shabbat and all of that. Look. All right, bye.